Welcome, Jen. Welcome, Susanna.
Good evening.
Hi. So we'll start with doing a Nijang full body warm-up. Before we do that, I want to invite you to choose one part of the body that feels, hi, Karen. So I want to invite you to choose one part of the body that feels neutral. So I'm going to choose my hands. I don't really have any positive or negative association with them. And we're going to do this in 3 steps. So step 1, choose a body part and just experience it. So I'm just going to look at it. You might take in the color. Maybe the color isn't the same in all parts. There's some lines. You know, you can move it around. Look at it from directions that I don't normally look at. And just experience what these feel like. The second part I'm going to invite you is to say to yourself, these are my hands, or whatever body part you're working with. Sometimes our body parts look like they're part of the environment or they're something else. So you can say this to yourself silently or out loud. These are my hands. And for some of us, that might seem very obvious. And for some of us, that will feel a little strange. And it's fine either way. And the third and final step in this is to think of this as, in addition to being my hands, in addition to using that my language, these are the Devi's hand. So whatever Devi you associate with. So for example, I'm going to say, these are Durga Ma's hands. So, there may be pictures or statues and the hands look different. And maybe that's an idealized way of looking at it from somebody's gaze. But these hands, with all the specificity of being my hands, are the Devi's hands. So again, I invite you to say that to yourself either silently or out loud. These are my hands, and these are the Devi's hands. And now we're going to do the Nijang body massage. So we'll start by generating energy. And then we'll apply it to the face. Get the nose, the cheeks, chin, forehead, gently over the eyes. And then when you're ready, we can do the ears. So the ears really are connected to so many different body parts. So we want to get every part of the ears, inside, back of it. This semicircle is connected to the spine, just connected to the central nervous system. It's connected to, in the subtle body, we want the energy to flow easily in that part of the body. So you want to get that semicircle. We want to kind of like almost unfold the ear without hurting it. And then gently fold it. like this. And then you can also fold it from top to bottom. And it might be stiff for some of us, so we definitely don't want to go beyond what we can. The throat, where the speech center is, downwards gently. Shoulders, back, front, stomach. And then the underarm, this really important point. Top of the hand, bottom, side of the body. Underarm, top of the hand, bottom, side of the body. Sit bones. And then the thighs. The thighs, sometimes the wind energy that is connected with digestion gets stuck there. So if you have challenges with digestion because of anxiety, that kind of helps. And then we go to the foot. Again, lots of points there. However you like to massage it. And so I'm going to, this is something from my altar, and it's a piece of red soil that's sort of hardened, and it has some meaning for me. Red, dark red. And red is the color of the cardiovascular system, the blood, which is what we're working with. We're working with the heart this month. It has different metaphors. It's also a very common color of with Durgama. And the red, the metaphor in this situation is that it symbolizes, again, blood. It symbolizes kinship. The red is a reminder of the relationship that Durgama, or the deity that you are working with, has a bond with you that has no beginning and has no end. And there are times we forget and there's times we remember, but the bond is always there. So keeping that in mind, I invite you to invoke the deity of your choice. I'm going to invite Durgama into the space. You can feel, at least I can feel, her immediate presence, because all she's waiting for is for us to remember and to bring her to this space. And you can even imagine that Durgama has a pinky finger that is upright. And around this pinky finger is a circle that's spinning very fast. And the circle has spikes and many spikes at the edge of it. And at the end of each spike is a tiny flame. So you can see the circle that has the spikes, that has the flame spinning on her pinky finger. And the symbolism of this is to remind us that Durgama has the entire universe around the weakest finger in our hand. It is a reflection of her capacity to hold your samsaric challenges and everybody's samsaric challenges. There's no end to her capacity, that she can hold the entire universe's samsara on her weakest finger. And it's a reminder that we don't have to feel shy. We don't have to feel hesitant, that when things feel beyond our capacity, we can just ask her to hold it for us. So with that, we'll move into illusory body practice, which I'm sure some of you have done before. And I'll demonstrate it first. And one way to think about it is there are 0 plus 4 steps. And you can feel free to, not do any of the steps or modify it the way you like it. So the first is to focus on the tile. If you want to turn on your video, the tile that is you. You can even pin it if you like. I'm not going to do that because as facilitator, that doesn't feel quite right. So 0th step is to pin the tile that's me so that all I can see is me. So step 1, and I'll demonstrate and then we'll do it as a group. So don't worry, we'll do this slowly. We'll do it slowly and we'll repeat it in the future. So step 1, we pin the Zoom tile so all I can see is me. Sorry, step 0. Step 1, think of one thing, preferably small, that when someone says to you, it hurts. It can be personal reasons, familial reasons, social location reasons, combination of it, no worries. So I'm going to choose, so I left the fan on, which I had intended to turn off for the class, and I'm going to use that as an example. So I'm going to use you language. You are so forgetful. I'm going to rest my attention on my experience. How does this feel? You're so forgetful. You're so irresponsible. Resting my experience, resting my attention on my experience. Step 2, I'm going to bring my attention to Durgama. I'm going to let it rest on any message or that she wants to give me. And I'm going to do that by looking at her expression and tuning into it. Step 3, back to the tile. And now I'm going to think of something that when somebody says to me, feels good. Oh, you look so good when your hair is all groomed. Oh, you're so pretty. You're so well groomed. Resting in the experience of what that feels like. It may be pleasant, it may be something else. And then again, moving my attention to Durgama. Keeping in mind the red earth, the constancy, the bond of lineage, of kinship, the unbreakable, unconditional bond that she has. I'm going to rest on her expression. So I'll invite you to do that if it feels right for you. Everybody else except me is on mute, so you can speak silently to yourself or out loud. So if it feels right, I invite you to pin your video so that you could see you and nobody else. And now I invite you to think of something preferably small. It's a little challenging. that when somebody says to you, it hurts. And using you language, imagine what that would be. You can say it out loud, you can say it silently to yourself. Resting your attention on how this experience feels in your body. And now moving your attention to the deity. Just receiving whatever is appropriate, whatever intuitively you know you need at that moment. Feeling her love, feeling her consistency, feeling that you belong, no rupture. Maybe she's wanting to comfort you, maybe wants to move closer. Feel free to adjust it the way it feels right to you. Noticing how much she loves you, has always loved you. She's attuned to how you feel. And she intuitively knows how to comfort you, to give you what it is that you need in this moment. And when you're ready, once again, bringing your attention to your Zoom tile. And this time, choosing something small, if possible, that if someone said to you, would feel good. And again, now using you language, you can say out loud or silently to yourself what you would like somebody to say to you, what feels positive or pleasant. Resting in the experience, whatever it turns out to be. And now Bringing your attention to Durga Ma once again. And noticing what she's expressing for you. Maybe she's celebrating, maybe she's happy with you, or if something else came up, she's there to comfort you, understand your experience, interpret it. Whatever it is that you need, intuitively Durga Ma knows. And she does that for you. And you might notice that maybe some things are different between what she has for you now and the previous time. But what is consistent is our understanding of your experience, her knowledge on how to be there for you, her capacity for whatever comes up, and her consistency. She doesn't love you any more, any less, there's no break in how much she cares about you and how she sees you. And with that, we're going to transition into the meditation. So once again, bringing your attention to Durga Ma's pinky finger, which she's holding upright. You can notice the circle of that is spinning in her upright finger with the spikes, each spike having a flame of its own, spinning very fast. And as you see this spinning circle, imagine that from this circle, another circle is rising. That looks exactly the same. And it is now coming towards your chest, towards the center of your chest. And as it approaches the center of your chest, you might even imagine that this is her blessing, her gift, meant for you. And it comes towards the center of your chest and settles in the middle of your chest, spinning fast. We're going to rest in this meditation, say about 10 minutes. As you continue to rest in this meditation, with the spinning circle in the middle of your chest, you might reflect that this is a special offering from Durga Ma specifically for you, for your heart. For all the pain, blockages to loving yourself, to experiencing love from others. Spinning circle is unblocking all that with a gentle fierceness. As this circle spins in the center of your chest, unblocking it, you might feel the warmth of love of the circle in your chest. You can imagine it as warmth or as light. Your entire chest is just filled with this natural love for yourself. Now you can feel that light or warmth move upwards. You can feel maybe your shoulders and your neck and your entire face, head glowing with this light of love, with this heat and warmth of the love. And you can also feel it moving downwards into your stomach, sit bones. Feel it filling your thighs, legs, and feet. And in this moment, when your entire body is filled with this blaze, see yourself as Durga Mother. You are a child of her lineage, so you are Durga Mother. Glowing, radiating. Now, allowing all that warmth and light to come back into focus into the chest area, back into focus into the spinning circle in your chest. And that spinning circle is now slowly melting into one small flame where all this energy is focused. Very bright flame, even though it's small, tiny, right in the center of your chest. This tiny flame that is just so bright and hot. And we'll leave it there because it's always been there. We'll thank Durga Ma and we'll invite her to go where she needs to be with the full confidence and understanding that anytime we need her, all we have to do is remember. And she's going to be so happy to be invoked. Letting her go, remembering the flame in the center of our chest. I invite you to transition out of the meditation, maybe by taking a deep exhale. Making some small movements. With the extended exhales, letting our body know that it's okay to come out of that state. We'll end our meditation for this session here. Thank you so much for your practice. You might feel a little hot or pain after this meditation. It's totally normal. It helps to drink water, move around if you need to. And I hope I'll see you all or some of you next month. Susanna.